Today I wanted to describe or explain some of the stuff I was playing over my most recent Instagram post. This first part is just a 2-5-1 to F minor, G half diminished, C7 flat 9, F minor, or F minor 6 is commonly played there. So yeah, this first line is just about, almost with the exception of a couple passing tones, entirely in the key of F minor. Minor keys are funny because they're more flexible, I think, than major keys. You have sort of a mixed combination of minor 7 and major 7, minor 6 and major 6, depending on which direction you're headed. And then the rest of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is all pretty much the same, but those 6s and 7s can be a little bit wacky, and I'll show you what I mean. So this 2 chord, well, I don't play anything over that 2 chord in this case, but if I were to play something over that 2 chord, it would likely be in some kind of Locrian sound. So everything there is pretty much F natural minor. When you go to the 5 chord, though, it changes. And, you know, when you think of a 2-5-1 in major, you can play a 2-5-1 in major entirely diatonic. You can play the same 7 notes for the 2, the 5, and the 1. But minors are a little bit different in that you get to this 5 and a lot of possibilities kind of open up. But if we're going to keep it as diatonic as possible, all you need to do is think about what notes can you keep consistent with the diatonic key that you're headed to. Everyone wants to play the outest notes and the weirdest things, and I do too sometimes, a lot of the time. But these really inside basic melodies are, I think, really foundational to being able to play good melody and good improvised melody, which is always a journey. I'm still trying to get better at that every day. So the 5 comes along, and we now have access to this major 3rd here on the C. So what we used to have was, and the 5 comes, and then we have, and then that E natural gets us to F minor a lot nicer instead of the E flat. So you can use your ears for a second to hear how this is not as strong of a pull as. Taking a look at that line again. Pretty diatonic to F. You have that E natural there for a moment. Now this B flat is on a downbeat of F. And, you know, a 4th over any chord, well, over, you know, major or minor chord is not really a chord tone. They kind of teach you in music school, and you'll see a bunch of videos on this, and that, you know, as long as you're hitting chord tones on downbeats, you're spelling the chord changes. But, you know, there is flexibility to play non-chord tones on downbeats too. The easiest way to do that is to do it and then rectify it as quick as possible. So you would have here 4, 3, minor 3rd, 4, 3, minor 3rd. So the 4th comes on that downbeat, and then it's quickly fixed on the next downbeat. Kind of the same thing there. 2nd is on a downbeat, but it's quickly fixed a moment later. And so this little melody here, it's played over F minor, and though the whole thing doesn't feel entirely in F minor quite yet, it kind of floats in that middle ground between. It's not quite landed in its home of F minor until that last note. A more inside line could have been, you know, that plays the F, the minor 3rd on downbeat again, or even That sounds like F minor through and through. It may sound like I'm harping on something that's kind of obvious or you know, whatever, but hearing these melodies for really what they are, and that this is different than this, is really important. And you'll be able to really scrutinize melodies the more that you're able to sing them. What I would recommend is even taking a simple melody like this. If you're a terrible singer like me, I have absolutely no range in my voice. It all kind of sits right around here. So when it gets to la, it's really hard for me to get that, but I'm working on it. And this next line is actually almost the exact same melody. We're playing over the 5 chord here. We missed the 2. We're playing flat 6, sharp 5, whatever you want to call it. It's a flat 6 in this case. Over this 5 chord, which again, not really a chord tone, but we're fixing it a moment later. The next downbeat is a minor 7th, which is a chord tone. And then the rest of this is just a G7 arpeggio. And then there's that sharp 5 again, but I think it's actually on the 1 this time. Yeah, so the first couple notes of the C major is an F natural. I mean, if you were to play this F natural all day over C major, it's gonna sound terrible. Again, kind of a quick resolution on the next downbeat. Same exact thing as before, 7, 2, flat 2, 1. And then sharp 4, 6, 5. I guess you can call that sharp 4, Lydian, or whatever you want to call it. And same deal, see if you can sing it. Do, do, de, o, do, dee, da, be, do, dee, da, da, dee, da, da, no, dee, da. Give that a shot, and possibly the next lesson I'll continue going through the lines of this solo. They get a little bit more involved. This next one, it's a lot of C half-whole diminished scale. Which is interesting because the C half-whole diminished scale has a natural 13 in it. You may not think it's interesting now, but it is interesting that on the 5 chord you're kind of accenting the major third of, you know, the resolving key. If that key is minor, it's a little funky. So you have we'll get there. Thanks for watching. I suppose if you're watching this, you're already on the Patreon, but tell your friends. Thank you. Bye.